What's going on, people? I want to talk about this situation with Orlando Brown and Nick Cannon. For those of you who haven't seen it, I'll put a link inside the description box so y'all can go and check it out. Orlando Brown, he was on the That's So Raven show. He's basically a Disney star as a kid. That's where he made a lot of his notoriety, right? Well, he made a video, and in the video he talked about how Nick Cannon basically gave him top. This is what he said, okay? And this went viral, and there are people who believe that this is true, and there are people who don't believe it. Even Nick Cannon himself has responded, and I'm gonna get to his response. I'm gonna put his response in the description box too. But here's the thing about Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown is a guy who has a lot of issues. I'm not saying that he is lying and there's no truth to what he's saying. But he's a guy who you can't believe everything the guy is saying, because it is very clear that this guy has issues. It's clear that he has issues, okay? And because he has issues, he tends to say certain things for attention, you know? I believe his own girlfriend even said that he says things for attention, you know? And he's had mental health issues and has had also issues with drugs. So again, we have to take that into consideration. And also, Nick Cannon has been in the news because he's been beefing a little bit with Eminem and some others. So maybe Nick Cannon was, it was a very convenient situation. I'm not going to just take everything that Orlando Brown is saying at face value. But I will say this, though. There's a lot of weird things that go on in Hollywood, that have gone on in Hollywood. There have been rumors about Nick, not a lot, just here and there. Nothing really solid. There's really no proof of anything. That's why, again, you can't always take what people say for face value. You have to look at it and say, you know what, that guy might be fibbing. He might not be, 100% truthful in what he's saying. But there are people who believe wholeheartedly what he's saying. And I don't think that's the right route to go. The one thing I don't like is liars. This guy has a lot of issues. And again, I'm not saying he's lying. This could have happened. I'm not saying it didn't. But we have to take into consideration this guy's background and why he's saying this. Okay? We have to look into those things. Now, as far as what Orlando has said in this video, by listening to but how he went about saying it, he's basically admitting that he likes guys because he says that, this guy gave him top and he liked it, which is an admission. Either he has done this before, or that one particular situation he just really liked, he was very gleeful in this video to put this out here, either for trolling purposes or because he really wanted to expose Nick Cannon. And he knew by saying this that people will start trolling Nick Cannon, and that's what I got out of the video. It's almost like he's putting this out here because he knows people are going to go at Nick Cannon and they're going to clown him, make fun of him. But again, bro, you participated in the act as well, so how is it bad on him? It's just as bad on you, but maybe you don't care. When you have people out here, man, that have nothing to lose, they will say whatever they need to say. They will put on blast whoever they need to put on blast. And that's what this seems like to me. This is why I tell y'all, Hollywood is a very weird place. There's no telling what behaviors that Orlando engaged in. And we don't even know the time frame of this situation. We just know that Orlando Brown is admitting this. We don't know when this happened. We don't know if it happened. But all we know is that he's on video putting this out here while he's walking through a store. And Nick Cannon responded to it. I'll put the full response in the description. But he said this. When I first saw this, it was effing hilarious. And he put laughing emoji, he put up some emojis. Then he says, but then after putting a little cognitive effort and analytical thought to the situation, I figured what a great opportunity for a teachable moment. First off, let me say I am praying for the young brother Orlando, even though I don't really know him personally. I have always loved and enjoyed his talent and have been a fan of his past work. He was effing brilliant in Major Pain and had us all laughing on That's So Raven. But this is another crucial example of when we allow our young artists to be prematurely exposed to the demonic business and left out to fend for themselves. I can agree with that. Because you have these guys who are child actors or child actresses. You see them on Nickelodeon, you see them on the Disney Channel, and then they go away. After they turn 18, their career is over. Look at Kyle Massey. Kyle Massey was a popular Nickelodeon actor. Once the show was over, his career was pretty much done. And these guys have to, a lot of these guys don't get movie roles. They don't get in other TV shows because they've been put into a box due to them being child actors. Career mismanagement because they're probably being managed by their parents. And a lot of times they end up unemployed. They end up not being able to do acting anymore, and they turn to a life of partying. They turn to a life of just nothingness because they go from being a big time child actor to nothing, right? Or they're getting some success in movies here and there or TV shows, but it's never what it was before. We need better support systems for our youth and take care of our own. I watch various of these young brothers' videos, and all I see is a cry out for help. So I don't know if there are any real leaders or solid individuals in this young man's life, but let's embrace him and tighten him up so he doesn't become another lost victim to these Hollywood circumstances. I indeed believe the brother has the God-given talent to be on Wild 'N Out, but this definitely ain't the way to audition. This actually hurts my heart to see that we have allowed Orlando, along with various other young gifted performers we grew up loving, to just dwindle away after these corporations made their billions off of them. I mean, there's more, but I'll link you to it. Those are good points by Nick. And again, to me, this seems like it could be a bunch of attention seeking. There's really no history there. You've never really seen them take photos with each other, out and about with each other. This could be a situation of maybe Orlando is trying to audition for Wild 'N Out, and maybe this is his way of getting Nick Cannon's attention. This could be definitely a way to get Nick Cannon's attention. because maybe he's a fan of Nick. I just don't think that there's enough there to say that what happened. And by looking at the video, you can tell that, he thought this situation was hilarious. What he's saying, he thinks it's hilarious, him putting this out here, when it's probably not even true, but he's putting it out there just to make it seem like it's true. And this is why we have attention seeking or truth. Sometimes the truth may lie in the middle, or sometimes the truth may be a lie. And there's nothing that happened in that situation at all, except for the fact that Orlando may have been looking for attention from Nick Cannon, and he got it. And that's what he was looking for. He's sitting back laughing while people are speaking about this, while he, in his video, is going viral. He's been able to make a mess that he don't even he don't even have to clean up no more. And this is a situation that he has brought out there, because honestly, with a lot of these celebrities in Hollywood, again, nothing that they do surprises me. It really doesn't. There's a lot of weirdo energy in Hollywood right now. There is. In certain aspects. This is why you see people going mental. And that's why you see people leave Hollywood. They take a break because they don't want to deal with the industry anymore and the things and the politics that go on in the industry. They want to get away from it. And you see why they want to get away from it. Because of the certain energies that are out there. Those energies that are not good. It really isn't. Now, I think this is a lot of trolling. Unless I see some proof, I can't just take this dude's words, especially when he's in a video basically chuckling at the situation, because he knows that all this is going to do is bring a spotlight on Nick Cannon to make him seem as though, he's out here giving top to dudes. on the word of this guy, Orlando, who's a known troll.